Hi, I'm Dave. This is Dave Splains, and I screwed up when I made this video originally, and I really am sorry about that. I probably should have actually did a little bit more research. Now, the whole thing about JSON and OData is that JSON's more of a way to structure data, and OData is a way to request that data. And yeah. So what I'm actually going to end up doing here is I'm going to look more into the OData URL, but currently OData is a really good way of getting data into Power BI because it completely skips the whole mess of having to convert JSON into a table and then expand the rows and everything else. That much is true. But the interesting thing is that apparently you can adjust the URL for the OData to actually only get the data that you want. Now, currently we still want all of the data in because we haven't really done much with the data yet so far. Sorry about all the shaking. I'm not using my normal method of doing this. Anyway, so cut one to the video. If we want current data, this is year to date. So January 1st to now, we go with this data set. Here's your brief explanation of the data. This time we're going to connect it to JSON. I just want to show you what the JSON looks like. We're going to go click on this button, and this is interesting because it's not letting me do it now. Some more information? No. Hit the download. All right, and it opens it up in a browser. So we can highlight the JSON, copy, or the URL for the JSON, I'm sorry. Now this is still updating. This is going to be kind of an extensive amount of data. I think it's about 700 megabytes of data. So I guess we're just going to sit here and wait. Which is going to be easy for you because you get to well, I'm going to fix it in post so you don't have to wait. Okay, so I got lost in a tweet while I was waiting for all of this. That was excruciatingly long. Now let's see what happens when we do the same thing but through JSON. So we're going to go over here. We've already got that. I forgot that we already highlighted it because it was so long ago. All right, get data. Now, did we? Oh, that's for the new thing. That has nothing. Okay. You know what? We can't do JSON. Sorry. You have to hit web. Here's web. And we paste that in. Usually it asks if you want to add in more, but apparently it didn't. Now, this is the fun part. This was nothing. This was the difference between 16 years of data and the last 3 months of data. So I do want to make that a point really quick, but I do want to come in here. Now, see, we already have all of the data in here. With JSON, however, you have to do this. You have to click Convert into Table. Now we have to come in here. This is nothing, but when you see this arrow going in 2 different directions, we open that up, and we're going to expand it to new rows. we probably could have done extracted values. Let's see if we just go that way. Okay, no. That's if you have CSV. So let's go back to expand to new rows. And now that we have this, we can hit this again. I don't like to use the original column name as a prefix because it'll be like value.zip, value.rough y. So let's just uncheck that here. You can sit here and hit this, but you're going to have to sit there and actually do all of that. I'm going to just, you're going to have to wait for the whole thing to process that entire one little list. It's just not even worth it. Now, in fairness, as I said previously, that was the last 3 months versus the other one being 16 years. So in fairness, let's go back to explore the CSV. We'll hit the preview button as previously done, and here is our OData feed. Now, this is the same data, that is true, but it is from 2 different sources, so it may actually come in 2 different ways. Come on, there we go. All we have to do is make sure that we don't. No, what? Paste that in there. Now, we can go back here. Okay. And click advanced and see what's going to go on. But this is really just, what part do you want to break down? So we're just going to, okay. It's going to ask us, do we want to break it down to just data.milwaukee.gov? And no, we want the full thing. And there it is. We can load or we can transform the data. You want to transform the data? No. We haven't really looked at the data. We don't know what we need. We're going to bring it all the way in. And it happened just like that. No extra breakdown of opening up and expanding different rows and all that other stuff. Not that that's a big problem, because now that that has been done, it's going to stay done. The problem here, though, is that because JSON had to do that, that's a few more compute cycles that are being done just to get to the point where we can finally look at the data. Now let's just see how fast this loads. This should be nothing. Oh, wow. See, that was nothing. Now, what we're going to do here is, because we have this JSON one, I don't really care about it that much. So I'm going to delete it. Now, yes.